Well, welcome back. Today's short 30-minute video is going to be entirely focused on the hips. You'll need 2 blocks and a strap. Let's get started. Come to the middle of your mat with your feet hip distance apart. Give your shoulders a little roll, a little shake. And as we always do, we'll start with our rotational test. Raise your right arm. Turn and open. And come back to center. Good. Switch sides. And center. Make your way down onto your mat. We're going to start in reclined butterfly. So this is where blocks come in handy. If your hips are fairly tight, once you lay down on your back, bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees fall open to the sides and then support underneath your thighs with your blocks. Go ahead and cactus your arms. 90-degree bend in the elbow. Just let your legs be heavy here and supported by the blocks beneath you. Soften your shoulders. Open through the front of the chest. Take 2 more breaths here. Maybe you can adjust the blocks a little bit. Let the knees fall open even more. Good. Bring your hands to the outsides of your thighs. Gently draw your knees together. Set your blocks to the side. And then separate your feet a little bit wider than your hips, maybe as wide as your mat. Arms out to the side in a T this time. Drop your knees to the left. And then take them over to the right. A little gentle warm up for the hips and the lower back. And the next time your knees fall to the left, go ahead, leave them there. Pausing here. Maybe you turn your head, look over your right shoulder. Option for a bind, bring the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Good. Release the bind if you have it. Take your knees over to the right, and we'll pause here for 5 breaths. Option to look over the left shoulder. Good. Gently release. Draw your knees back through center. Hug both knees into your chest. Holding onto the fronts of the shins, take your knees wide. Push them away from you and then circle them back in towards your chest. So going for full range of motion with the femur in the hip socket. Go ahead, change directions. And just notice if there's any sort of sticky spots, any spots that seem to get a little stuck. Good. Keep the right knee drawn in. Lower the left foot to the floor or extend the left leg long. Holding onto the front of the shin, draw your knee in. Compress through the front of the thigh. Take an inhale. And then exhale. Round your nose up to your knee. Good. Let's do 2 more. Moving into our first twist. Take your right arm out to the side. Use your left hand. Draw your knee across your chest. And so this right knee can be lifted. Even the right shoulder can come up off the floor. This is more of a gravity pose. Try placing your hand on the outside of your right thigh to deepen the sensation of the stretch through the back of this right hip. Good. Release through center. Keep this right knee drawn in. Take it wide. If the left leg's extended, bring the sole of the foot to the flat. Half happy baby on this side. Draw your right knee to the outside of your chest. Now we're focusing on opening up through the inner thigh. If you can reach the outside of your foot, great. And so there's a little bit of arm strength here because we're really trying to deepen the stretch. Notice what you're feeling on the inner right thigh. And then release into figure 4. Right ankle, left thigh. Use your right hand. Give your knee a bit of a push. Now this may be enough of a stretch through your outer right hip. If you want to deepen the stretch, lift the left leg. Bring the interlace behind the left thigh. Keep your right foot flexed so that the knee is in nice alignment. And then I like to add a little movement here. Little sway of your knees from side to side. I call it a waggle. And when you find that spot, just hang out there. Deep breath in through the nose. Long, slow breath out the nose if you're able. Good. Gently release. And we'll switch sides. Draw the left knee in. Option to extend that right leg long. Using a little bit of arm strength, pull your knee in. And then as you exhale, round your nose up to your knee. Do 2 more. Good. Moving into a twist on this side. Draw your knee across your body. Left arm out to the side in a T. Now, the nice thing about blocks is if you find that this is just a little too intense for the lower back, you can bring a block and support your thigh or your shin on the block. Really open through the chest, soften that left shoulder down. Good. Release back through center. Rebend the right knee if it's extended. Turn the sole of the left foot up to the sky for half happy baby on this side. So again, draw your knee to the outside of your chest. Grab your ankle, your shin, if you can reach your foot. Feeling a deep opening now through the inner left thigh. And then release into figure 4 on this side. So I always like to check in. Given the nature of our sport, one hip is usually tighter than the other. So you may find that Particularly if you're a left-handed golfer, this left hip is going to be tighter than the right. So maybe you just stay here, or option to lift the right leg. Find movement or stillness. And then when you find that sticky spot, hang out there for a breath or two. Good. Gently release your right foot to the floor if it's lifted. And then draw both knees in. Wrap your arms around your legs. Maybe a little rock side to side. And then option to bring your hands behind your thighs. Rock and roll up and down the spine. Or just roll through that one side. And we'll meet in table. Hands and knees. Grab your blocks. Go ahead and place your blocks underneath your hands. Knees underneath your hips. And let's do 4 rounds of cat-cow. Push the tops of the feet down into the mat. Drop the belly, lift the chin. And then exhale, round. So just starting to warm up each segment of the spine. Good. This last one, let's pause here as you round into cat. Breathe into the sides of your rib. And release to neutral. Tuck the toes, moving now into short dog. So as you lift your hips, take your feet as wide as your mat. Step them in just to the point where you can really ground down through your heels. So if you're nice and open through the back line of the body, maybe your heels don't come in as far. Push your chest towards your thighs. And there's very little weight in the wrists here. Sink down through the heels as you lift the tail, opening up through the back line of the body. Nod your head, yes. And shake your head, no. Good. Soften your knees. Walk your feet towards your hands. Now, if your hands don't reach the floor, keep the block where it is. Otherwise, bring your hands to the floor. Bend your left knee. Keep the left hand on the floor as you straighten the right leg. Reach the right arm up. Good. And then switch. So you really want to bend the supporting knee so that you can open up through that opposite hip. Let's do 2 more each side. Good. Release into ragdoll. Bend your knees a lot. Reach for opposite elbow. And then as tolerated, straighten the legs by lifting the hips. And then give your upper body a little sway from side to side. Release your arms, let them hang. Push down through your big toe pads as you roll all the way up. Let your head be the last thing that comes up, and when it does, shrug your shoulders up to your ears. Roll them down the back. All right, grab your blocks. Let's come into our hip opening series. Come to the top of the mat. Feet are hip distance apart. Inhale, arms reach up. Soften your knees, fold over your legs. Halfway lift, inhale. And fold. Step your right foot back. Wiggle your toes back. Bring your blocks underneath your shoulders. High lunge. Feel like you're pulling your chest forward. Shoulders down the back. Lift the back of your right thigh. Good. Gently lower your right knee down. Push off your left foot. Lift your arms. Baby back bend. And then hands find your blocks again. High lunge. Float the right knee. Good. Let's do 3 more like that. So feel that nice deep opening through the front of the right thigh. Last one. Good. Now hands find your blocks. Keep the right knee down. Low lunge. Allow your hips to sink forward. Gentle release. Sink forward. Release. Sink forward and hold. Go ahead and untuck those back toes. Feel a nice deep stretch again through the front of the right thigh. If you want to deepen the stretch option, take the right arm up. Lean over to the left. Good. Hands find the floor to the inside of your front foot. So if your hands don't quite get to the floor, grab a block. This one's called gecko. So you want to make sure that your back leg is as long as it can be. And then option to lower your forearms to the floor or a block. And then drop your head. Good. Lift the chest. And go ahead and turn your toes out to the side. So maybe 30 or 45 degrees. Sometimes it helps to have a block underneath the right hand. With your left hand, grab underneath your thigh. Externally rotate. Look back over your left shoulder. So if you notice my foot, if it feels okay, you can actually roll to the outside of your foot. Take one more breath here. Come back to center. Turn your toes back towards the top of the mat. Keep the block underneath your right hand, maybe on its highest height. Left arm reaches forward. Turn and open. And then option, if it's available to you, you can bend the right foot. Right knee, rather, grab the top of the foot. So this nice opening through the top of the left or right thigh, rather. If you're holding onto your foot, gently release. Hands come back down to the mat. Walk your hands over to the right, maybe even off the right side of the mat. Notice where you feel the stretch now. Maybe it's more on the inner right, left thigh. Bring your hands back onto the mat. Take your foot over to the right side of your mat. And then go ahead and sink down onto this left hip. We're going to move into 90-90. So I'll just spin so you can see. 90-90 is a variation of pigeon. And the idea here is we're going to sink down through the right hip. And as you fold forward, See if you can bring your chin over the center of your shin. If you can come down onto the elbows, great. Grab a block to support your head. You may need 2 blocks, and that's okay. So you should be feeling a stretch through both hips. If you're a right-handed golfer, you may actually feel this more in the right hip. It just means your right hip's a little bit tighter. Take one more full cycle of breath here. Good. Gently lift your chest. Grab your right thigh. Sweep it forward. Extend the right leg long. Bring the sole of the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Arms reach up. Square your chest off with your right leg. Arms to chest height hinge. And then let your hands fall on either side of your leg. So keep your foot flexed to really focus on the hamstring. If you want to feel more of a stretch through the left hip, soften your knee, fold over your right leg. On an inhale, release. Good. Make your way back to downward facing dog. So whatever that looks like for you. Pedal out your heels. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Release it out your mouth. Take your left leg to the sky. Bend your knee, bring the heel to the bum. Really open up through that left side. You can even try and turn your chest towards the left side of the mat. While you're here, do some ankle rotations with your left foot. Change direction. Level off your hips. Extend your left leg long. As you exhale, downward facing dog. Soften the knees. Walk your feet towards your hands. And fold. Grab your blocks, lift up halfway. And fold. Step your left foot back. Wiggle your toes back. High lunge. So here we go on the other side. So really focus on lengthening through the back of the left leg. Pull your chest forward. Gently lower your left knee down. Push off your right foot. Baby back bend. Reach the arms up. Hands find your blocks. High lunge. As you lift the knee, push the heel back. Lengthen. Good. Baby back bend. Do 2 more. Last one. Good. Keep the knee down. Hands find your blocks. Allow your hips to sink forward. Gentle release. Sink forward. Release. Sink forward and hold. Make sure your blocks are under your shoulders. Untuck the back toes. Keeping your left hand on the block, reach your right arm forward. Turn and open to the right. And then option to bend the left knee, catch the top of the left foot. Gently release your left foot if you have it. Bring your hands down to the mat for gecko. So hands are on the inside of the right foot. And then option, you can lower your elbows down to the mat or grab a block. Relax your head. And then go ahead, come back up, lift the chest. So you may still need the block underneath your left hand. We're going to come into that adductor stretch. Turn your toes out to the side. With your right hand now, grab the underside of your right thigh. Externally rotate your thigh. Look back over that right shoulder. And maybe even roll to the outside of your right foot. You'll feel a deep stretch on the inside of the thigh. Good. Hands back to the mat. Turn your toes to face the top of the mat. Walk your hands over to the left, maybe even off the left side of the mat. Bring your hands back onto the mat. Walk your toes over to the left side now, moving into 90-90 on this side. Come down onto your right hip. Sweep that left leg forward. Sit up nice and tall. Sink down through that left hip. Now you may stay here, and that's okay too, because we're still stretching both hips. But if you want to intensify this, take the center of your chest over your shin. Grab a block or two, and then support your head on the block. If you lower down, come back up onto your hands. Grab your left thigh, sweep it forward, and then make your way to downward facing dog. Grab your left thigh, sweep it forward, extend the left leg long. Bring the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Arms reach up. Square your chest off with your long leg. Arms to chest height, hinge. And then let your hands fall on either side of your leg. So in this one, again, choose where you want to feel the stretch. If you want to open up more through the back line of the left leg, keep the leg straight. But if you want to open up through this right hip, soften your knee, relax your toes, fold over your left leg. On an inhale, lift your chest, and then make your way to downward facing dog. Pedal out your heels. And then take your right leg to the sky. Bend the knee, bring the heel to the bum. Open up through that right side. Maybe do some ankle rotations on this side. And then change the direction of your rotation. Level off your hips. Extend your right leg long. As you exhale, bring the right foot down. Take an inhale through your nose. Release it out your mouth. Soften your knees. Walk your feet towards your hands. And fold. Hands find your blocks or shins. Lift up halfway. And fold. Push down through both feet. Take your arms out to the side. Come all the way up. Hands to the center of your chest. Good. So we're going to do one more that's going to open up not only the hamstrings, but get into those outer hips. Take your feet wide. Now, if you're really bendy, your feet are closer together. If you're not so bendy, your feet are wider apart. Hands on your hips. Squeeze your shoulders behind you. And then exhale, fold. Good. Hands find the floor. If your hands don't get to the floor, grab one of those blocks. Drop your head. Notice where the weight is in your feet. Our body likes to choose the path of least resistance, so most of the time the weight's in the heels. See if you can bring that weight forward to about the middle of your feet. Lift the tail, push down through the outside of your feet. On an inhale, flatten the back. Bend into your left knee, walk your hands over to your left foot. And then switch. Bend the right knee. So this one's called skater. And we're just moving side to side. If your hands don't reach the floor, you can bring your hands to the center of your chest and just gently move your hips side to side. If you want to deepen this stretch as you come down onto one side, come all the way down, maybe onto the ball of the foot. Toes on the opposite foot lift up for Skandasana. But if there's any knee issues or this just seems a little too challenging, keep going side to side. Good. We'll meet in center. Bring your hands down in front of your face. As you inhale, reach the left arm up. Rotate your chest. Good, and then switch. Let's do one more each side. Good. Toe heel your feet back towards each other and then sink your bum down for a yoga squat. So your feet can be as wide as they need to be, as long as the heels are on the ground, palms together. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Good. Bring your hands behind you, one at a time. Step your legs out. Extend both legs long. Grab your strap. Wrap the strap around the balls of your feet. And then holding onto each side, take your arms wide. Fold forward. So I like to have the feet flexed so that we're really focusing on the calves and the hamstrings here. Take a deep breath in. Long, slow breath out. Take one more breath. Good. Release the strap. Turn the palms to face up. Round your head down towards your knees. Good. Gently lift your chest. So before we get into our final pose today, let's give those hips a little bit of love. With your right hand, grab your left foot. So bring your leg in close, using your left arm to support your knee. If you can get your left foot into the hook of your right arm. And then holding onto your leg, just rock side to side. Good. Step your left foot to the outside of your right thigh. Option to stay here. Hug your knee. Turn your chest to the left. If you can keep both bum cheeks on the floor, bend the right leg and then twist. So you'll feel this nice deep stretch now through the outer left hip, getting into that glute med and piriformis. Option to bring the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Lengthen through the crown first, and then exhale, twist a little deeper. Take one more breath, inhale. And then exhale, release. Do a little counter twist to the right. Good, let's switch sides. So with your left hand, grab your right foot, pull your knee in, hug your knee with your right arm. If it's available to you, you can get your foot into the crook of your left arm. My right hip is super tight, so that doesn't work on this side. And then bring some movement here. Think about the rotations we did at the beginning of class with that femur in your hip socket. There should be no sticky spots left. Good, and then take your right foot to the outside of your left thigh. Go ahead and check in. Bend that left knee. If both bum cheeks are on the floor, keep it there. Otherwise, extend that left leg long. Hug your right knee. Right hand behind you. Inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, twist. Take one more breath, inhale. And then exhale, release. Do a little counter twist to the left. Bring the soles of your feet together. Butterfly your wings. Just give your wings a flap. Good. Bring your right knee on top of your left. Simple twist. Walk your hands around behind you. Come back to butterfly. And then switch sides. Left knee on top of right. Turn around to face the back of the mat. Good. Come back to center. So there we finished our 30-minute hip class. Let's go ahead and make our way back to standing and see what difference that made for our rotation. With your feet hip distance apart, give those shoulders a little roll, a little shake. Raise your right arm. Turn and open to the right. And come back to center. Good. Switch sides. And center. Awesome. Thanks for joining me today. We'll see you next time.